These are girls. And these are boys. According to some, there is a divide between them that widens in new ways every day.
If all women who have been sexually harassed or assaulted wrote "Me Too" as a status, we might give people a sense of magnitude of the problem.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
This is not a male thing or a female thing. It is not a Hollywood thing or a political thing. This is a human thing.
For too long, women have not been heard or believed.
And it happens in the workplace, it happens in families, it happens all over the world.
Others believe that sexism is a thing of the past.
So what's the deal? Is sexism really yesterday's issue, or has it been swept under the rug? I'm Corrias-Smith, and I want to find out what Australian youth think about sexism in 2018.
Is there pity for the plain girl?
Careful, Lily, I'm a horrible sexist.
So you do think that there's a difference in the skills between men and women?
There's different skills, yes. Yes. For example, as I said, men are more suited to physical labour, girls, childcare, etc.
If you did see someone being sexist,
yeah, I'm sure.
How do you react?
I'm sure it does happen. Like it's illegal to discriminate. Yeah. It is literally illegal to discriminate against somebody. So, how would I react?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I'd feel sick.
Yeah.
I'd honestly feel sick. Yeah. I have to say I've never seen it. Example, rap music. Of course, women are horribly discriminated against.
Yeah, you've never seen any sexism?
No, like, that aren't just dumb jokes, no.
Yeah. Do you believe that sexism is still an issue in 2018?
Definitely not.
No?
It's odd that despite Adrian being adamant that sexism can no longer be an issue in 2018, 1 in 3 girls agreed with the statement that it would be easier to get their dream job if they were male, and that the national gender pay gap is 18.2%.
I don't think so, no. Maybe back in the day.
I feel like even from a younger age, you know, you're told doctors are boys, teachers are girls. And I feel like your whole life that comes into play a lot, and you are constantly having the mindset, oh, I should do this kind of job because I'm a girl.
I remember I was having a conversation with my dad once, and we were like at a very quiet cafe, and it was like a very relaxed conversation.
Yes.
And I was talking about like my dream of becoming a scientist. Yeah. But then he said, yes, that's good and all, but what happens when you become a mother? Then you have to like abandon your dream. There's no point in having it.
And you're like, hey, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, oh, I want to be a film director. And you laughed and you said, women can't be film directors. So what did you mean by that?
At the time, I meant a lot of the most famous film directors are male.
Why do you think that is?
Better taste in violence and action, and that's what people eat up,
right.
Unfortunately, yeah. Of course, I think girls play a big role in movies, but there's not many directors.
And so, like, what are some roles that you think, if I was to become a film director, because that's what I want to do.
That's good, yeah.
What do you think that I could actually do then? Like,
in film?
Yeah.
Oh, as I said, maybe drama movies. If you told me Game of Thrones was written by a female, I'd be very surprised. I'd be blown away.
Wow.
I'd be absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
It seems clear that sexism still affects young girls in the workplace, more so than young boys. Ongoing sexism is clearly allowing a lower pay rate to devalue the careers of all women, as well as stigma preventing girls from even attempting to travel down male-dominated career paths. These seem like valid reasons as to why sexism is still an issue in 2018. But is there more that has been kept out of sight, out of mind?
Just day-to-day life.
Yeah, so like what are some
stuff.
everyday examples?
I know friends that always get catcalled and stuff like that. Cars honking and stuff like that, like for what, you know?
Well, when I'm walking home alone at night, generally I feel fairly uneasy. I constantly check behind me.
Pulling out your keys, walking a bit faster, trying to find like a very well-lit part of the road to like stay on. Because what defines you from being a victim? Like there's nothing. Like it's just a matter of chance.
600 girls were interviewed in 2016 for the Plan International and Our Watch survey, and it was discovered that close to 1/3 agreed with the statement that girls should not be out in public places after dark, and that only 30% said that their brothers or fathers always or often did their fair share of housework. Even worse is the fact that the Australian Human Rights Commission has determined that 1 in 3 women aged 15 years and over have experienced physical violence in the last 5 years.
So, if girls are experiencing sexism in their everyday lives, then we should all be feminists, shouldn't we? We all want equality.
A quick Google search shows that the definition of feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the ground of equality of the sexes.
How would you define feminism?
Define feminism without using the word crazy.
For a female, you'd think it would be kind of like a no-brainer because it's your own equality.
Yeah, you'd think that. But I think I feel as though a lot of girls would think it's unappealing to men. People, like especially teens, they don't like saying that they're feminists because I think there's just this kind of loud, like invasive image that comes along with feminism.
I don't think feminism is a bad thing, no. But I think the extremes are, yeah. And I hate how it's pushed in my face.
We're seen as bossy and we're seen as too loud and annoying.
So do you think that maybe sexism in 2018 is actually that bad connotation around
feminists? Well, that's potentially true. Yeah, that is potentially true. In which case, they're only doing it to themselves, obviously.
Wow, so how?
By going out there and seeking every little thing that could possibly get them triggered, that could possibly make them angry.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, the things that aren't in their sight and mind. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, how do you think, if we shouldn't be feminists, how do you think that sexism should be reduced in 2018?
Doesn't need to be reduced, there's no sexism.
There's no sexism.
Yep.
So, it seems to me that the stigma surrounding feminists has distracted from what feminism is meant to be. And it's creating this divide amongst our young people.
So, are you a feminist?
No, I'm not a feminist.
If someone, like especially a male, has asked me like, oh, are you a feminist? And I say yes, like, oh, so you must hate men.
The idea of feminism is, I think, something needed, but the way it's been executed, as said by some particular individuals, with the whole, like, women should have more rights. Some people have said that. I'm not saying all people say that. I don't think that's the stuff that we need. I think we need just equality, and I think everyone should be working towards that.
Is it possible that the reason why some young people hate feminists is because they themselves are sexist? Has sexism become ingrained in our next generation?
That is one of the prime examples of why we need feminism today. I think I could reduce sexism in my everyday life.
It's just by people starting to come to terms with it and like make it more of a casual thing.
Live as like a clean slate that's open to new experiences and new people and new ideas.
Instead of just getting angry and telling them that they're ignorant and they're stupid, educate.
If someone were to ask me if I was a feminist, then I'd say yes, and I'd tell them why. I'm not.
Why?
Why? It's because I think women should have equal opportunities to men, and something's inherently wrong with how women are being treated now.
It seems like we have thought of ways to stop sexism. But is it just a way of life? Are we doomed with the problem of sexism forever?
I don't think so. Because there are feminists who are trying to make the world a better place. There are children who realise that it's not just their mum's job to clean up after them. And there's us, the young people who I know will make the change necessary to prevent sexism in our everyday lives. So I ask you this. Who do you think wears the pants in gender equality?
I close my mouth, I won't say a word. A note of pity for the plain girl.